Hello, everyone, and welcome to Henry Ford Gymnasium in Dearborn, Michigan. And this afternoon's contest between the Ocelots and the Hawks. I'm Jeff Lowe, along with Eric Pate. Eric, how are you today?
Well, I'm doing fine, and it's sophomore night, which means these are the young ladies that are moving on. Their time has expired here. And for Henry Ford, let's just get right into it. They got a big task on sophomore night. The number 2 ranked team in the country in Division II, NJCAA. 25-0, undefeated. 15 girls on the bench. And full roster and full uniform for the Ocelots. It's going to be a tough task, and as if saying goodbye wasn't enough.
And Schoolcraft in the black out to a quick 2-0 lead over the Hawks. Schoolcraft on the floor for the ball. Set up their half-court offense, short jumper. Rebound. We'll get to those starting lineups in just a second. Rebound by number 30 for Schoolcraft, Amelia Levine. Here are the starters. You got Sienna McNett. Yeah, number 2. She's wearing number 2. Brianna Young, Amelia Levine, and Riley Abney. Maya Wright checks into the game for Schoolcraft College. 4-0. Quick start for Schoolcraft. Trying to split the defense there is Kendall Kelsey. And here are the starters for Henry Ford. Jade Bates, Kelsey, Moss, and Dunbar. And Ortiz. Kelsey at the line.
And, Jeff, like I said, it's going to be a tough task. It'll be a tough task. It was freshman night for Henry Ford taking on Schoolcraft. And, the men will have their hands full as well. But let's talk about these ladies. I just think for Henry Ford to have a chance at this game, they're really going to have to slow the pace. And right now it's a little too fast, if you ask me. But let's see. Let's see what Coach Perez has in store if they're going to try to manage things, because a month ago when they played it back on January 24th, Schoolcraft won 116-33. That volume is so loud on the PA system that I can barely hear you, so sign language is in order.
Jill White, Chris McCullough, and Paul Van Dyke are your officials for this evening's contest. And the long jumper is good, and that's Mariah Scott. So Schoolcraft out to a quick 7-1 lead. Schoolcraft forcing the turnover, which turns into a bucket.
And if you're Henry Ford, you got to take care of the basketball. And if you do have a chance for a break, turn the quarter, get to the basket.
Schoolcraft on the run once again. Nice bounce pass. And a nice make off the glass for Schoolcraft. And another quick 2 points, 11-1 your score. And we're only 7 minutes into this first quarter.
And the timeout is in order. We're nearly 3 minutes in, Jeff. 11-1. Certainly not the start that Henry Ford wants, but it's just unbelievable that you're in this position. You've lost 10 in a row, and God bless Coach Perez for hanging around and trying to keep things together. It has really been a tough struggle to get footing on the women's side of things here at Henry Ford College with basketball. So let's hope that they can build another block, understand what they're up against, and get some young ladies that are committed to staying here for 2 years and building the program that we thought was happening a couple years ago. Remember? A couple years ago, we thought that the bricks were in place.
And they were headed in the right direction. You're absolutely right. Right now, they find themselves down 11-1 here in the first quarter. Coach Perez, along with his assistants, Jocelyn Norris in her first year, William Borg Jr. in his first season. Good block from behind. Henry Ford. Long jumper from outside on the iron. Thought Henry Ford had the rebound, but losing it. And that's going to go out of bounds. Over to Henry Ford.
I think they're going to scare the fans off, Jeff. We got to tell them about the volume. It's too loud.
Thomas Dunbar coming away with the rebound right there. Kendall Kelsey from outside. Pulls up, no good.
Somebody's got to stop ball. I think if you're going to play man, pick the person up right across half court.
Turnover on Schoolcraft. Now 3 substitutions into the game for Schoolcraft. Number 20, Stevens. And number 1 is Bird.
And Henry Ford's got to look for a good shot. I think they use – the strategy's got to be used as much of the 30-second clock as possible.
Kelsey from outside, no good. Schoolcraft comes away with the rebound and wants to run. And making the bucket is number 23, Brianna Young.
I don't condone any hard fouls, but if you're going to foul somebody underneath, make it worth it. What I mean by that is make the person miss the shot. I mean, you can't be a part of a possible and one. Take it from a guy that's used a lot of fouls over his lifetime. And at this rate, Henry Ford, with this up and down pace, Jeff, the only way you're going to slow these young ladies down from Schoolcraft is to be physical, which means you're going to have to use your fouls, which means those 3 young ladies on the Henry Ford bench better be ready. I'm sorry, 2 ladies.
2 ladies, right.
I mistakenly said 3. And Schoolcraft is going to press, so you got to be ready to press break, or this can happen. Layup City.
This time was good defense by Henry Ford, knocking the ball out of bounds, but Schoolcraft will retain possession. And with retaining possession, that means they keep the ball and they score.
And on this one, Henry Ford gets a quick inbound and one shot. That's not going to work.
(18-1) your score here in the first quarter. That one's thrown away and in the open floor. Nice, easy layup for Schoolcraft.
Well, you're going to use your timeouts. You're going to use them up in the first quarter. It's 20-1, and it's slow to run. You call a timeout. That 3 minutes ago, you called your first timeout. Now you call your second timeout. And at some point, you're going to have to rely on your team to stop them or slow it all the way down. The 30-second clock, use it to. Don't shoot until after the 25 seconds to the 5-second mark when it's 5 seconds left on the clock. That's about as best as you can do,
right.
and try your best to get it up the floor. You got a press break.
That's a very good strategy.
You got a press break. It's easy to say that here. You got to have the personnel to do it too, and you got to have the people to be confident in what they're doing, because sophomore night can easily be a runaway for Schoolcraft night.
20-1 your score in favor of Schoolcraft right now. 4:40 in quarter number one.
And to Coach Shea Lewis's credit, she's always got this team in the running. I forget exactly how many years she's been at Schoolcraft, but they have a powerful team. They're ranked second in the country. And you can expect to hear from them at the end of the month when the playoffs start and in March.
And they force a turnover. And I don't want to be saying that all night, but man, that pressure defense will be giving Henry Ford some problems now. Going inside to the big. Number 23, Brianna Young, already with 6 points.
Well,
it's a 22-1 score.
Jeff, the zone defense is a good idea. It will slow you down, but you can't let people creep past you along the baseline for an easy layup. That's an entry pass and a layup every time. And Schoolcraft is one of the very few teams that you're going to have in this conference that has legitimate bigs. Legitimate bigs that can maneuver around the basket and get easy shots. Everything that they get inside is either going to lead to a layup or 2 free throw opportunities.
And at the line right now, Amelia Levine, and she'll be shooting 2. I'm sorry, that's Brianna Young shooting 2. She makes it a 24-1 lead with 3:53 and counting here in quarter number one.
If you don't think Schoolcraft is trying to bust the clock, then you're living in a fantasy world. They're already at 26. And for those who don't know what bust the clock means, that's an old PSL term. Over 100. Is it fair to say that, Jeff?
It's fair to say that. 26-1 your score. Dunbar with the ball at the top. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Being smothered defensively. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Not able to get it off.
Dunbar had the right idea, trying to take it late in the shot clock, but it can't be a dribbling display. Somebody's got to pop open. I think at this point in the season, you got to trust your teammates. You got to throw it inside, get rid of it, quick pass, cut, pass and cut. All this stuff is easy while I'm sitting up here, Jeff.
I understand. 'Cause I wouldn't want to be in that other seat facing this Schoolcraft team. And also for the ball, that's going to be out of bounds, and Schoolcraft will keep possession. Actually, it's going to be a foul and going to the line.
One shooting Bird. Shooting 2.
Reagan Bird at the line shooting 2. Twenty-seven to 1 your score. Bird checks out. Also number 13 checks in. That's Raven Guy for Schoolcraft. Schoolcraft applying the full court pressure, which is giving Henry Ford some major issues right here. Schoolcraft looking inside, now spreading it across the perimeter. That's going to go off one of the Schoolcraft players, and it'll be Hawks ball. 2:19 in quarter number 1. If you're just joining us, it's Henry Ford basketball on the Henry Ford streaming network. I'm Jeff Lowe along with Eric Bate, bringing you all the action.
I mean, they are, if you look at Schoolcraft, they are long and tall, it seems, at all 5 positions on the floor. That causes a problem for any team in the country.
Heyman Moss travels on the play, and that turnover, they give the ball to Schoolcraft. Dunbar checking back into the game. And she'll defend the top of the key. Henry Ford in the zone. 1-2-2 zone. Good ball movement by Schoolcraft. That one's off the mark, and Schoolcraft tried to save it from going out of bounds, but they couldn't do that. Couldn't do so, and they turned the ball over. Good defense by Henry Ford. And the 30, Amelia Levine, is now checked into the game for Schoolcraft. Three-point shot attempt off the mark. Good defense by Schoolcraft. Or pardon me, by Henry Ford. Schoolcraft determined to go inside, and they do so. And like you said, they got great bigs for Schoolcraft. And number 14, that's Deja Brown. 29-1. And no, I didn't misspeak on that. 29-1 your score. Schoolcraft in the lead over Henry Ford. Long jumper, no good. 30 seconds on the clock, on the game clock.
Hot ball, one down.
It's one of those games where, by the way, Henry Ford with 30 seconds left in the quarter don't have a field goal. It's one of those games that if you don't get a handle on it, it's over quick. And barring a 20-0 run, it's a tough one for Henry Ford right now. Got to get some shots up.
Long jumper. Jay Bates way off the mark.
Follow 1-5, Thomas Dunbar. Superb. Penalty situation. Going to shoot Schoolcraft. Happy.
Riley Abney at the line. Makes her first. Makes them both. 30-1 your score. 10 seconds remaining here in quarter number one. And pressure still being applied by Schoolcraft. Forces the turnover. Long jumper is good. As time runs out, backing down the three-pointer from outside is Mariah Scott. Quarter number one is in the books. 34-1 is your score. We'll be right back with more basketball after this.
All right, back here to the quarter. Eric Pate with you, Jeff Lowe. Second quarter, Schoolcraft up 34-1. Big long. They're going to give it a 2 for Riley Abney. Jay Bates can't handle the ball for Henry Ford. So here comes Schoolcraft. But out of the scrum off the shot by Schoolcraft is number 2, Sienna McNitt. McNitt had it knocked away, and here comes Schoolcraft on the run again. You can't touch it twice, Mariah Scott. And so that's a turnover, and Schoolcraft will get the ball going down. 36-1 is the score. In the second quarter, Henry Ford is down 35 on sophomore night. If you get a chance, come on down here for the men's contest. A foul on number 15. Priya Johnson Musa out of Edison, Depsa High School here in Detroit, commits the foul for Schoolcraft. Henry Ford will inbound it. Emma Marth will inbound it for Henry Ford. And so you look up here, I think they're making the adjustment to the shot clock. There's 27 seconds left on the shot clock. 9:23 left in the second quarter. Backcourt violation over and back on Henry Ford. And so now 36-1, Schoolcraft gets the ball. Ball goes inside to Schoolcraft. Number 30, Levine. Levine over to Abney. Abney being guarded closely. And they reset it, go to the wing. They dump down inside like they've done all game. Shot goes up. That was Priya Johnson Musa on that shot. They go right back inside. The ball is outside, under 10 seconds left for Schoolcraft. Jump shot up, no good. That shot was by Mariah Scott. Here comes Henry Ford. Smith to Hyman Moss. Shot up, no good. Here comes Schoolcraft on a run once again. And it ends up in a layup for Levine. 38-1. Crossover, real nice crossover, nice jump shot by Landon Smith. Here comes Schoolcraft once again on the run. That's been the ticket all night. Long shot by Abney, up no good. Rebounded by Bates. She gives it off to Kendall Kelsey. One of those 4 sophomores for Henry Ford. Kelsey going to the hole, she was fouled. And that foul's on number 15, Priya Johnson Musa. Into the game for the Ocelots, Brianna Young out of Bloomfield Hills High School. And also number 1, Reagan Bird out of Saginaw United High School. And at the line for Henry Ford is Kendall Kelsey. First shot is up, no good. 38-1, 7:53 left in the second quarter. Thank you for joining myself and Jeff Lowe here on YouTube. Don't forget the men are up next. Kelsey misses the second shot, and it's rebounded by number 23, Brianna Young. She passes it off to number 1, Bird. Ends up in the hands of 32, Abney. Abney drops it off for number 10. Three-point shot from the corner is good by Mariah Scott. 41-1. Henry Ford trying to run something to get their first field goal of the game. Going on 13 minutes with no field goals. Bates touches it, last touch by her, and turnover. Schoolcraft ball once again off a turnover. Henry Ford's got to settle down and try and run their stuff. If you're not going to run your stuff, it's going to be a long night because Schoolcraft is the second-rated team in the country. And that foul is on number 2, Landon Smith, as Brianna Young was going to the basket. She's going to shoot 2. 41-1, 7:10 left in the second quarter, 7:10 left before halftime. Eric Pate, Jeff Lowe with you here. Here at Henry Ford College. First shot is up, no good by Young. Riley Abney gets inside the, goes to the lane here to go establish herself for a rebound, but that shot is up and good by Brianna Young. 42-1. Let's see if Henry Ford can get a field goal, and that's Sienna McNitt on the foul for the Ocelots. A perfect 25-0, going for a perfect regular season here. This is going to be huge for them. And I'm talking about Schoolcraft. Running the show is Kelsey for Henry Ford. On the floor, you got Kelsey, Marth. Marth gives it up to Bates. Bates in the corner to Landon Smith. Turnover. But then Marth gets a steal. Gives it up to Smith, and she missed the layup. Missed the layup, almost like it's a seal on the basket. 42-1. There's a foul, and that's a frustration foul by Kendall Kelsey. Seeing another young lady go to the basket for another uncontested layup. She said, "No, nothing doing. I'm gonna reach out and foul this young lady. Reach out and touch her." And so at the line right now is Reagan Bird out of Saginaw United. Nice hairdos on this Schoolcraft team. Got some gold braids. Got some red braids. You got the big toot long ponytails there. You got the twist. Schoolcraft got a lot of swag out here. 43-1 as checking into the game for Schoolcraft, number 13, Raven Guy out of Flint, Carmen, Ainsworth. Coach Lewis getting kids from all over the state. Turnover right there. McNitt misses the layup. Ball last touched by Schoolcraft. And official called time, slowed up everything. 44-1, 6:23 left before halftime. Turnover as Kelsey throws it away, and I don't know the turnover count. Interested to see the halftime statistics. 44-1. It's been over 10 turnovers, I know that. Long three-point shot from the top of the key, hits nothing. And that was Riley Abney on the shot. Didn't clear any iron. And Henry Ford gets the ball, inbounds it going down. Layup by Marth is no good and rebounded by Bird. Bird gets it down low. That's McNitt handing it off. And that was Raven Guy. She hit the shot and fell down. Did a little acting, 46-1. And there's the drive, but no shot. The foul is called on the floor. And that foul's on number 2, Sienna McNitt. And that's Kendall Kelsey at the free throw line. Well, they didn't call it on, they called it on the floor. No shot. Shot goes up. No good by Kelsey. Last touch by the Hawks. Schoolcraft ball going down. 46-1. 5:34 left before halftime. Eric Pate with Jeff Lowe. Bird dumps it down low to Brianna Young. The basket is good. And now we're looking to see who committed the foul. And that foul's on number 1, Kendall Kelsey. Those braids are covering up her number. 48-1 at the line for the old school, and one try for Schoolcraft is number 13. The shot goes up, and it's good. That is Brianna Young completing the three-point play. 49-1. Turnover. Henry Ford gives it up again, 49-1. That is not a misprint. 5:17 left before the halftime. On the drive, pull up, and that shot is good. I like to see what Schoolcraft is shooting. That was Riley Abney on the shot, 51-1. It's a 50-point deficit for Henry Ford. Kendall Kelsey kicks it off to Smith. Smith trying to make something happen. Elbow jumper up, didn't draw iron. Rebounded by McNitt. McNitt, long pass ahead to Raven Guy. And there's a foul call. Nope, that ball went out of bounds. Ball went out of bounds. And timeout is called.
Well, 51-1 is your score. And the timeout here with 4:39. With this timeout, let us take a timeout. You're watching Henry Ford basketball on the Henry Ford streaming network. if you're scoreboard watching, that's not a mistake. 51-1 here in quarter number 2. Oh my goodness. And Henry Ford. Only 1 point scored here in the first half so far.
And the hits keep on coming, Jeff. I'm
Yes, they
sorry.
do.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
No, you
I
okay.
mean, you can't go an entire half without making a field goal. It might happen. And in basketball, field goals count for 2 or 3. It's just a made basket. You can't go a half without a made basket. Somebody's got to have the wherewithal, the guts, the know-how to get your shot off. Just one. That's all we need. All we want now is a basket.
And a little defense would help too. 53-1 is your score. 4:04 here in quarter number 2, and the press continues to give Henry Ford some problems. And I think Schoolcraft should call off the pressure. Landon Smith checks back in for Henry Ford. Good ball movement by Schoolcraft. They get it inside. Had it in the right spot. But not able to finish. Kelsey looking for some space and finding some space, and there's your field goal. Kendall Kelsey.
Well, let's make sure that we note that it took nearly 17 minutes to get that field goal. And Kendall Kelsey, we're not saying Henry Ford's not playing hard. They're playing a good team, if not a great team. And Henry Ford can't stand around. And that's the moxie that you need going to the basket if you're Henry Ford. Landon Smith did the right thing, going right to the basket. Now's not the time to try to run everything in the offense. You have to have enough thought in your mind and heart in your chest to say, head fake to the hole. Get a shot off.
Well, Landon Smith did just that. And she attacked the basket and drew the foul. And that will give her some free throws. And she gets the bounce on the first free throw. And gets her first points of the game. Schoolcraft wanting to run. And an easy bucket in the open floor. On the 13, Raven Gash. Smith from outside. To the basket again. Number 13, Raven Guy. Smith getting around the perimeter. Got to do a better job at taking care of the ball. 59-4 is your score. Make it 61-4. And the Hawks take another timeout.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where you're running into a hot team. This team hadn't lost all year, and then they put a whooping on you back in February. I'm sorry, back in January. January 24th to be exact, at Schoolcraft, 116-33. If my math serves me correctly, and I'm Detroit Public Schools educated, that's an 83-point defeat at the hands of Schoolcraft. That's got to be maybe a
record.
You just lost in school history, or something that a dubious distinction that you don't want.
Henry Ford bringing it down. Makes the pressure with a little ease right there, and then drawing the foul. Emma Myers will go to the line, and she'll get 2 shots. Minute 50 remaining here in the first half. Can't get the second one to go. Schoolcraft with the ball. Trying to slice and dice through the defense. And the basket's good. Another turnover forced by Schoolcraft. And that's Brown with the bucket. And another forced turnover. (67-5) is your score.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff, it doesn't get any tougher than this. It looks as though Schoolcraft is on pace to score 140 points tonight. And so if I'm Henry Ford, I am going to do everything in my power in the second half to stop them. I'm not going to let you bust the clock on me. I'm not, that may be an afterthought. But I'm not going to let you get off 140, 130, 120. We're going to commit to playing a zone defense. We're going to commit to playing, moving our feet, playing hard-nosed basketball for the final 20 minutes of the season.
And I definitely like what you said earlier. You have to take the air out of the ball and just play like a half-court offense where you just don't shoot it till 5 seconds are remaining on the clock.
And let's be honest, Schoolcraft presents a lot of problems defensively because they're long, they press, they have a deep bench. They're going to come at you in waves. And
Kelsey with the drive, a nice drive on the baseline, and she draws the foul and will go to the line shooting 2.
And perennially, Jeff, this is what Schoolcraft has done. They've had teams with they're 10, 11 deep. They press, they trap. When one unit gets tired, they bring in a fresh 5 on you. They do this the entire 40 minutes. This is what Coach Lewis' style is, and when you have 7 players and 5 that are going to commit to playing the way that you want to play, it's tough.
Kelsey comes away with the loose ball and throws it away. 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. 3-point attempt is good from outside. 70-7. Up the floor quickly and losing it out of bounds. It's Henry Ford, but Henry Ford will retain possession of the ball. And that will do it for the first half of play. 70-7 is your first half score. And man, not a whole lot you can say. But we'll be right back with the second half after this. Welcome back. All set to start the second half. And your score 70-7. That's right, 70-7. Henry Ford with the ball in the great. Dunbar looking for some room in the paint. Jumper by Bates is off. And that was a good look at the basket, but Smith couldn't get it to go.
I mean, that is frustrating and tough. And then they come down and hit a layup. Wow. I mean, it's just buzzer's luck, Murphy's Law, all mixed into one big mix. But halftime stats, Schoolcraft shot 51% to no surprise. Henry Ford, meanwhile, shot 5%, turned it over 24 times. They got up 21 shots. Schoolcraft got up 53. There's the difference.
And Schoolcraft continues to apply full court pressure. Kelsey to the basket. Only the second field goal of the game for Henry Ford.
Well, Henry Ford, man, hey. Getting a couple baskets here. Let's get it going. And I think, Jeff, in all fairness, we should get Coach Perez up during halftime of the men's game and talk to him a little bit about the program and his intentions and what's its vision. Because I really feel sorry for folks who take the job here because it's just so hard to sustain it. You just don't know what the young people are going to do. They don't have a tradition to speak of. They don't have an NIL budget where a lot of schools, I'm not going to say on this level, do. But it's a tough sell. Why come to Henry Ford? But somebody's got to do this job. Why not build it? Why not have it happen? So good to see. It's going to be interesting to see what the future holds.
Absolutely. And that's one thing about community college or small college or any school at that matter. It's a constant and continuous build. But it's even tougher on this level. 78-11, Henry Ford Schoolcraft, pardon me, with the last bucket. I know many people, many coaches that have coached at this level, even for some of the better coaches. And we got one coming up in the second game. The head coach of Schoolcraft, E.J. Harrelson. He outstanding player in high school, outstanding player in college, and transitioning into coaching. I mean, this job is tough for anybody.
Well, EJ is. I mean, I don't even know if that's a good comparison. But I just think it's tough for everybody. But somebody's got to do the job, and somebody's got to have the stamina, the fidelity to do things with fidelity. We've heard that a lot in education. But if you're at Henry Ford, let's just hone in on this. Mm-hmm. And the women's program, you've got to have a formula for success walking in the door and be given the opportunity to see it through. I just think back over the 5 to 7 years I've been involved with the program, they've had 4 or 5 women's coaches. Each year is a different person. Kareem, I forget Kareem's last name, had the job. The young lady that from Chandler Park Academy had the job. One of Dave Mann's former players. And now you have Coach Perez, and I'm missing some other coaches. It's just somebody's got to have the opportunity to do the job. And if you have the opportunity to do the job, see what happens. You're going to start slow. You're going to have 1 or 2 wins. You're going to have 3 wins. If you can get to 7 to 10, that's a smashing success considering Henry Ford's history. Because I don't think, they want to keep the program.
Right.
So if you want to keep the program, you got to have somebody that wants to do it. As somebody's down there for Henry Ford. Kendall Kelsey she was laying on that floor for a while. She was hurt.
Thomas Dunbar committing the foul on the other end.
And Dunbar's got 4 fouls. You certainly don't want to foul out of your sophomore night. But getting back to the building the program, I think Coach Perez has good intentions and want to be here. Well, Henry Ford does not have an athletic director, a permanent athletic director. You got Steve Brown, who's an interim, who does a fabulous job. Let's just say it. Rochelle Taylor has been gone here for some months. And so you got to have the offer. Then you get the offer, you get the job, and the opportunity to build. You got to have someone that's committed to 5 years. That's what it's going to take.
Right. Totally agree with everything you said there. 80-12 your score. Henry Ford with the ball. Kelsey. Little crossover step, and it was a little too hard off the glass, but she drew the foul, and she will go to the line shooting 2. Kelsey calmly knocks down the first free throw. She was the leading scorer in the first half for Henry Ford with 5 points. (80-14) your score. Schoolcraft, good ball movement.
Because I'm here to tell you, as I think about EJ, Finney High School, University of Detroit Mercy, went to the tournament a couple times. Now he's at Schoolcraft. I mean, and they're going to build something, and they've given him some time. It's all about the sand in the hourglass. Time. You don't have a lot of it, so you got to make the most of it.
Kelsey looking for some room. Loses it out of bounds, and Henry Ford will keep possession. .553 on the clock here in quarter number 3. And Marf loses it out of bounds and over to the Ocelots.
Do we have to do this every time? Ocelot. Say Ocelot. The Ocelots are outstanding right now, 80-14. And if you're Henry Ford, you need the small victories here. In a game like this you're down 66, let's see if we can't play with them for 5 minutes, then try 10.
And that's one of your small victories right there, forcing the turnover. Smith trying to bring it down and being defended by number 20, Stevens. Kelsey, the primary ball handler, if she's not on the floor, it's difficult for Henry Ford to get into their offense. And as soon as I say that, Schoolcraft forces the jump ball.
And I'm going to tell you, from a Henry Ford standpoint, you look at Kendall Kelsey is rubbing that, I think it's her left thumb. and she's not well. She's rubbing that thumb, man. There she is. It's a wrist or thumb situation, and when you're down, I don't know if she's flexing it now. She's heading back to the bench, and that's just not good. You know, you're down 66 and you're hurt. She's obviously hurt. She don't want to come out the game.
Right. And that's Landon Smith. .447 here in quarter number 3, 80-14 your score. It's a full timeout. Actually, it's a 30-second timeout now. Amelia Levine at the line for Schoolcraft. Misses the front end of her free throws.
Jeff, I'm scratching my head because I'm trying to figure out. There's been a slew of coaches here for the women's program, and I've forgotten some of their names. That's a shame. Shame on me.
Smart at the top, looking around. Moss with the ball. Kelsey at the top, 10 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Marv has to throw one up, and that was way off the mark. Good job by Henry Ford getting back on defense and breaking up the play. Schoolcraft continually applying the full court pressure.
Get it across. That's a start. That's nice. Really nice. Just got to finish.
Moss with the rebound and the putback, but couldn't get it to go.
That looked like something we used to run called L.A. when I was coaching with Coach Duran Shepard at Inkster.
Kelsey commits the foul.
Foul number 1, Kelsey. Substitution, Schoolcraft. The line
And that will send Stevens to the line shooting 2.
And this Schoolcraft team, I mean, they're undefeated, looking like they're going to be 26-0 after the night. Then I think, season finale is Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And then you get into the state playoffs. That should be a breeze for Schoolcraft.
Getting her own rebound, Stevens, after the free throw, gets the put back for the easy 2. And calling glass, number 32, Riley Abney.
If Henry Ford can survive this quarter without giving it, allowing Schoolcraft to bust the clock, I feel a lot better. Because I'm anti-bust the clock. They're 14 points away from 100, Jeff. I don't want them to go much past 100. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can hold them to about 20, 25 for the rest of the game. That'll be less than what you gave up last time.
Turnover by Henry Ford. Schoolcraft battling for the ball. And a good job by number 30 in the low post, and that's Levine with the rebound and the putback.
Too many shots. And I'm telling you, they got to get Kelsey out the game. She's wincing. She's writhing in pain there. She's either got to get that thing wrapped up. It's hanging. That's that left wrist. She's rubbing it. I wish we had a shot of her because she is not well. She didn't want to come out the game. God bless her. She's one of the 4 sophomores out of Harper Woods High School.
Dunbar at the line, misses the first free throw. Good battle by Smith. Did a good job.
And that may make her feel better.
Yeah.
There are, after the night, Jeff, there are 2 more conference games than the state playoffs.
Stevens with the putback for Schoolcraft. Smith at the top. Dunbar looking for some space. Dunbar loses it. Marth over to Moss. Long jumper, no good. Schoolcraft quickly down the floor. And the easy bucket by number 13, Guy.
Well, 8 points from 100.
He's still applying the full court pressure.
They're not going to stop. That's a 40-minute commitment there for Schoolcraft.
Marth from outside.
Yeah, and now she's limping. And if you are number 2, Kendall Kelsey for Henry Ford, you've given it everything you have.
Dunbar in harassed defensively gets it over the floor, but another turnover for Henry Ford. Minute 8 remaining here in quarter number 3. Kelsey looking for some room and drawing the foul. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Stevens is called for the foul.
Yeah, the last couple years, it's been, for the last 3 years, you've had Chris Schonenberg, Kareem Hogan, Shawnee Hakens in 2024, and then Chuck Perez. Before that, Kaylee Payton was hired in 2019. They say Kareem Hogan had the job from 2019 to 2023. I don't remember him being there that long. I don't remember that. I don't remember that, but At any rate, we have Coach Chuck Perez has Dearborn roots. It's been around for a minute.
Kelsey with a good-looking free throw knocks out her first shot. Knocks them both down. Getting the rebound and the putback is Stevens. (94-19). Under 20 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3.
One shot.
Dunbar looking for some room. Finding some room, almost traveled, but loses the ball. Stevens with the turnaround. We'll do it at the end of the third quarter. 94-19 is your score. Quarter number 4 on your way. You're watching Henry Ford basketball on the Henry Ford streaming network. We'll be right back with more basketball after this. Quarter number 4. Henry Ford has a big uphill battle that they're facing. Nice drive to the basket. Deja Brown for Schoolcraft. Kelsey looking for some space. Brown comes down with the rebound. Schoolcraft. And Deja Brown for Schoolcraft knocks down the easy layup. Kelsey with a nice crossover. I don't know how she got that one up. Brown was right in the face.
I think she wanted a foul on that trip, and rightfully so. Easy layup.
Kelsey had the point blank layup and just couldn't get it to go. Back the other way, Brown with the rebound and the putback.
And that's 100 right there, Jeff. 100 for Schoolcraft.
Dunbar being harassed and draws the foul. Abney checks back in for Schoolcraft. Along with number 2, Sienna McNett.
Sideline.
8 minutes remaining in this one. 100-19 is your score. Hawks with the ball. Dunbar on the wing. She'll bring it back out. Nine seconds on the shot clock.
And if you look at Henry Ford's roster, they just don't have that big girl that's been missing for years that'll flash and get the post up. It's almost like he got 5 players looking inside, and there's nobody there. You need a big girl. That's got to be the top priority. I'm sure it is for Coach Perez on the recruiting trips. And big girls don't grow on trees, by the way.
You're absolutely right about that.
Well, look at Schoolcraft. They got some size on their roster.
Brown with the rebound and the putback.
6'3". They got 6 feet, 6'2", and 6'3", Jeff.
That's good size.
On their roster, yes.
Across the board.
And some 5'10", 5'11s, too.
Timeout called by Schoolcraft. 104-19, 6:55 remaining in this one.
Yeah, this is a media timeout here. They changed that because I guess we reached the I don't know. I don't know. Media timeout? We're the media, so I guess that's a timeout.
Yeah. .655 on the clock. 104-19 here in the fourth quarter. And Henry Ford and Charles Perez and his coaching staff just trying to figure things out.
Does everyone hate this NBA player we are talking about?
Henry Ford will walk it up. Kelsey with the ball. Kelsey looking to drive. The jump shot is no good. 3-point attempt off the mark. Dunbar with the rebound. Kelsey, nice find inside. Emma Marth for the layup. Good look inside by Kelsey. (104-21). Kelsey thought she found a crease but loses the ball. Quickly back the other way, and a foul is called on Heyman Moss. And that will send Schoolcraft to the line shooting 2 or shooting 1. So Bird will go to the line. She'll get a free throw. Conley knocks down her free throw. 107-21.
You're trailing by 86, and there's not an 87-point shot in the game. Unfortunately, you gotta whittle away, and the game is decided. So now you're looking. You just got to look for some silver linings in this because it's been a long season. You're going to end it here. You're going to end up with an 11-game losing streak heading into the 2 last games of the season on the road if you're Henry Ford. That's tough no matter what.
Yes. Nice job by Schoolcraft getting the ball inside. Now Stevens with the easy layup. Kelsey was looking for the pick right there. Dunbar from outside, no good.
Well, at least I can hear myself. I can hear myself now because they turned the volume down. Now we got another media timeout. So did they need to catch up on media timeouts? I don't know. We don't have a rundown, but I know this. We got 4:34 left. Schoolcraft men are up here and they're warming up a little bit. And, I'm excited about that game because Henry Ford needs to win it. And Schoolcraft is always a formidable opponent. Especially coming here, you mentioned E.J. Harrelson a few minutes ago. Good friend of mine, liking. He knows what he's doing. And I just think that anytime Henry Ford and Schoolcraft play, women, men, it's going to be a game. So, see what happens.
Schoolcraft now drops back into a zone defense. Kelsey working the ball around the perimeter.
Well, I think Henry Ford's got to get in a 1-3-1. If Schoolcraft is in a 2-3 zone defense, you got to adjust. You got to run the 1-3-1. And I think Henry Ford was like 4 people out, 5 people out on the perimeter. And that's just plain old recognition, understanding what the opponents are doing.
Well, they turn the ball over. 4 minutes remaining in the contest. Jade Bates commits the foul. And that will send Young to the line, and she'll be shooting 2 with 3:51 remaining in the game.
Hawks call timeout.
Hawks call a timeout. Talk things over. Work out some strategy. 30-second timeout. Young makes free throw number 2. 111-21. Dunbar loses it out of bounds and turns it over to Schoolcraft.
And if you think, just when you thought the women of Schoolcraft had a lengthy roster, 17 young men on the Schoolcraft men's roster. They are 21-4, and I mean, 21-4, and their conference record 8-3. So, needless to say, it's a big game.
Yes. That game will be coming up next. Schoolcraft men and the Henry Ford men. Nice easy layup by number 21 or number 20. That's Stevens again. Doing a good job inside for Schoolcraft. Stevens with the block. Schoolcraft will bring it out and reset. Looking inside. Good job with finishing the layup. Number 23. It's Brianna Young.
Now I love that. I love that. You might as well get the shots up, and that's Kelsey on the shot. Now, if I'm Henry Ford, I want to get this thing under 90. I don't want to go to the record books, have a little pride. I want to be in the record books having lost by 90. I'm sorry.
Henry Ford loses the ball. Jump ball is the call, and the possession will stay with Henry Ford. Minute 45. Remaining in the game. Kelsey looking for some space. Kicks it back out to Moss. Long shot, no good. There for the rebound and the putback, number 14. Deja Brown. Dunbar on the wing with the ball, kicks it back out to the top to Kelsey. Looking inside to Moss. Moss nowhere to go, being doubled. In trouble.
Timeout call.
And a timeout called by Henry Ford with under a minute remaining in the contest.
You're down 95 now. I mean, somehow you got to get 2 threes and a stop to stay under 90. I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't want to. I'm sorry. There's a part of me that says I don't want this.
Dunbar with the short jumper is good before the time runs out on the shot clock. 119-26.
And now, if I'm Schoolcraft, now I'm not shooting. Are you shooting? You up 93. What you want to go win by 100?
No reason to shoot. They force it inside and they shoot.
I don't like this. I don't like it because what's the difference between 90 and 97 or 95? I mean, come on. You got to have a little class. I'm not saying that Coach Lewis isn't classy. That's not what I'm saying, but there's a gentlewoman's way to walk out of this. Enough is enough.
That's going to do it for the contest. 121-26 is your final score. Game number 2 coming your way. It's the men from Henry Ford and the men from Schoolcraft. We'll be right back with more basketball after this.